Alhamdulillah, assalatu wassalamu ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd, fa'auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair wa bika nasta'inu ya fattahu ya fattahu ya fattahu. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope and pray that you all are doing good. So in this chapter, in this lesson 66, we are going to continue with the learning about Naqis in Sulasi Mujarrad. And if you have gone through lesson 65, you know that we were doing, in previous lesson, we were doing Sarf Sagheer. We were doing Sarf Sagheer, and we did the first line and the second line. So in today's lesson, we are going to continue with the Sarf Sagheer, and we are going to cover, like you are going to learn the third line of Sarf Sagheer. And what are the siga, what are the word form there in third line? Third line of Sarf Sagheer is, you already know, like we have the commanding fail, the forbidding fail, forbidding form, commanding form, forbidding form, and ism zarf, the ism of time and place, and the ism ala, the ism for tool. So normally we don't say the ism ala for every word or for every family, but if there ism ala is on a certain specific pattern, then we do mention it sometimes. Okay, so that's why because we are doing Naqis, which is a special surf. So it's Naqis, when it's coming from Sulasi Mujarrad and it has a specific pattern for ism ala, that's why we are mentioning it. Okay, so coming back, going back to the previous slide, where we have the pattern for ism zarf and ism ala. So Naqis fi Sulasi Mujarrad, Naqis and Sulasi Mujarrad, when they come, the ism zarf always follows the pattern of maf'an. Okay. So ism zarf follows the pattern of maf'an. So you know, Radia Yarda has a root letter Ra, Dad, and Ya. So if you put these root letter on maf'an, then you will find mardan. The same way, da'a yadu will have ism zarf as mad'an, mad'an. And hada yahdi will have mahdan on the pattern of maf'an, mahdan. Okay, ism zarf, the ism of time and place. Okay, now the second form of word that today you are going to learn is ism ala, which is which comes or which follows on the pattern of mif'atun, mif'atun. So meme is extra and this alif is extra, while fa is the first letter, first root letter, ain is the second root letter, and tun is added at the end. So mif'atun, mid'atun. This is for ism ala for da'ayadu, mid'atun. And mirdatun is ism ala for radiya yarda. Radiya yarda comes from Rada Yarda comes from Bab Fataha, and Radiya Yarda comes from Bab Samia. Okay, so okay. Now we are going to do the Sarf Sagheer. And in previous lesson, we already covered the first two lines of Sarf Sagheer. So our main focus today would be on the third line. Fele Amr, for Da'a Yadu. So if you take, obviously, Fele Amr, commanding form, comes from present tense, present form. So yadu, if you just consider, this is not yadu, this is tadu, anta form. And there's a typing mistake over here. On ain you have dhamma, and on waw you have sukun. So tadu. So to make it lightest, what you do in Naqis, in Naqis words, when you make the present tense lightest, you drop the weak letter. This is called hazafi harfi illa. Harfi illa, weak letter, hazafi, it is omitted. Hazaf, it is omitted. Okay, so tadu, now we have tadu. So if we add la to it, it becomes la tadu for the negating, not negating, forbidding form, and then Then to make it commanding, you have to drop the mudare sign also. Ta from the anta, right? And then you have a sukoon on this dal. Obviously, you cannot pronounce it. So you are going to add an extra alif over here, and the haraka over this extra alif is going to be damma, because we have damma over here. Hold on, let me take the marker form. Okay, so damma over here. Udu, this is sukoon, not a dot. Udu. So udu is the commanding fi'l, and la tad'u forbidding. Ism zarf on the pattern of maf'an would be mad'an, and ism ala on the pattern of mif'atun would be mid'atun. So if we do the whole Sarf Sagheer, and I'm gonna do it, you pause the video and you try to do it, try to say it 2-3 times, okay? دعا يدعو دعاء فهو داع، دعي يدعى دعاء فهو مدعو، الأمر منه ادعو ونهي عنه لا تدعو، والظرف منه مدعا واسم على مدعاة. Okay, so if you say it again and again and become familiar with saying it, that would be beneficial for yourself, inshallah. Okay, now moving on to the next example, which is from Fataha family. Previous example, Da'a Yadu was from Nasara family. So this one is from Fataha clan, Fataha family. And we have Taga, Yataga, Tughyanan. So Yataga becomes Tataga. Tataga becomes Itaga as a commanding fail, and forbidding La Tataga the same way. Here, the only thing is we have kasra with the extra alif. Why? Because the second letter has fatha. So if the rule is for commanding, when we make commanding form, the rule is if the second letter has dhamma, like in yadu, we put dhamma over the extra alif. But here in taga yadga, we have fatha. So if dhamma is not there, then the kasra is the only option. Okay. So itaqa, la tataqa, and ism zarf on the pattern of maf'an would be mataghan, and ism ala mitaghatun. Okay, so the whole Sarf Sagheer would be taga yataga tughyanan fahuwa taghin, tughiya yutgha tughyanan fahuwa matghiyun, al-amru minhu itaga wa nahi anhu la tadgha, wa zarfu minhu mataghan, wa ism ala mitaghatun. Okay, the next one is from Daraba family, Hada Yahdi. So Hada Yahdi, the commanding fail would be ihdi, and forbidding would be la tahdi, and ism zarf mahdan on the pattern of maf'an, then ism ala mihdatun. Okay, so Hada Yahdi hudan fahuwa hadin, hudiya yuhda hudan fahuwa mahdiyun, al-amru minhu ihdi wa nahi anhu la tahdi, wa zarfu minhu mahdan wa ism ala mihdatun. And just remember that other than Nasara family, the ism maf'ul, other than Nasara family, here we have daraba, right? So other than Nasara family, the ism maf'ul comes on the pattern of maf'iyun. We learned it in the previous lesson 65, right? So ism maf'ul from Nasara family is on the pattern of maf'uun, but from any other clan, it is on the pattern of maf'iyun. So this is mahdiyun. Okay. Now moving on to the next slide, the from Samia clan, and in Samia clan, what do we see? This is reversed. Like usually in past tense we have alif maksura at the end, but here in Samia family we have alif maksura in the present form, not in the past form. In the past form we have actual ya. Okay, so nasiya yansa nisyanan fahuwa nasin, nusiya yunsa nisyanan fahuwa mansiyun, al-amru minhu insa wa nahyanhu la tansa, wa zarfu minhu mansan wa ismi ala minsatun. So Bab Samia, the commanding and forbidding will have fatha. Insa la tansa. Why? Because it is Samia, so present tense has fatha too. Okay. Okay, so that's the end of this lesson. This is this has become short because we already covered the first and the second line of Sarf Sagheer in previous lesson. So inshallah, in our live session, we are going to like you are going to practice the whole Sarf Sagheer for these af'al, inshallah. So let's conclude the lesson with dua. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.